I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do
it. Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast, Volume 154, spinoff of the Two Dicks web series found on YouTube. I'm Al Romas. I'm on the beautiful, gorgeous Liberty of the Seas out of Galveston, Texas. That, for my money, pound for pound, best audiences anywhere. I don't know what you think about that. That's Al Ducharme. He's currently, I don't know where he is. He's on a ship. He's on the West Coast, the SS Minnow. I don't know which one it is.
Gilligan.
Celebrity, possibly. Which tub are you on there, Alfred?
I'm on the beautiful.
And you're trapped and unable to leave the ship.
It's a beautiful ship. It was in dry dock during the pandemic because it's a 20-year-old ship. But this is the Celebrity Millennium, and it's gorgeous.
You're on a 20-year-old. Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad. That was an Al Ducharme move right there. Not bad at all. The renovations obviously just bring it right up to date. So, and it was already stylish.
Right up to code.
Up to code. It's
and
gorgeous.
How many passengers are you sailing with?
This is the issue. This is actually one of my favorite cruises. Oh, by the way, the Galveston audiences. Oh,
yes,
unbelievable. They are just there to have fun. They give.
They want to have fun. They're like girls.
They're like a bunch of girls that want to have fun.
They just want to have fun. We had 750 people. Steve McGrew and I, we shared an adult show, split it. 750. The theater
packed.
The cruise director was like, we couldn't believe that show. That was like insanity, the amount of people. We haven't seen anything like it. And I said, well, I came off Adventure where the top might have been 100. So I've never seen anything like it in 2 years. But it was phenomenal. And that's 750 people basically from Texas. That's how great the show was. They're here.
The Texans,
they're there to laugh.
The Texans,
they want to have fun.
They're like, we're here to have a good time, and we're gonna give it to you. And we're
gonna give it to you.
They do. They give it right back. Now, I was a little spoiled because the other ship that I was on, we had 1,200 passengers, and the theater was busy. This ship has 700, like 685, and
private.
And here they have the things on the seats that say social distancing. They didn't have that on the other ship. So the first 4 rows, and as you know, on these ships, there's the main section and then 2 wings. Those 4 rows, this is in the big theater, the 900 seat theater, empty. And then the next rows, everybody's, there's like 4 seats between groups of people and couples. It's so, and the cruise director's like, these shows have been, they were a little light. I'm like, light? There's no
light.
and I had to follow the production show.
Yeah.
And the Whitney Houston, a singer tribute show. And she was great. She was like, she sounded just like Whitney. Put on a great show.
Right. Well, Whitney when she was alive.
Yeah.
But like
her
Whitney
show, which would normally be
quiet show.
Sparse.
Yeah.
So when 2/3 of them got up and left, and then like 12 people came in, I was like, oh, come on. So
Does she do the "I Will Always Love You"? Does she do that song?
Well, come on.
The "I Will Always Love You."
Come on,
gotta do it, right?
All right. She went over. She went over.
I don't know.
So there was that issue as well because they're supposed to do 50.
She went over.
Well, they're supposed to be 50-minute sets. She did like an hour and 5.
Oh,
because I had to do all the hits and then do my little banter in between. So I was like a little perturbed by that because when you go over, those people that may have stayed for the comedy show, like, well, I'm not staying here any longer.
It's rude.
And
it's
here's
rude.
the other thing. We're coming.
We're
coming into San Francisco. That's what's behind me right here. San Francisco.
Oh, I see those dudes.
The cruise director goes on and says, and everybody, I just wanted to remind you that the captain has told me that we'll be passing under the Golden Gate Bridge at 6:30 a.m. So get your cameras and your phones. You want to be there for that. So these 80-year-old people go back to their cabin to go to sleep to get up at 5 a.m. It's just like the worst. And it was the worst situation. And I know the guy. I know the cruise director. He was an activities manager 2 years ago. He's on his 3rd cruise, and he's
He stinks.
Well, he's going by the book. He doesn't know how to make judgment calls.
Yeah,
he's afraid to. Because
Well,
he wants to keep his gig.
This is it. You got to call an audible every now. It's like the Yankees.
He's not. Yeah, but he's not there yet because, and he's
analytics.
a super nice guy, but he's just not there because he's afraid to.
Nice.
He's afraid to go outside the boundaries.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
So, and the advertised it as
Is that
an
him
adult.
now? I hear him in the background. Is that him?
No, this is the crew going through.
Okay.
They advertised it as an adult show. So
right.
Any of the 80-year-olds
because you get filthy.
Yeah.
You get fucking filthy.
Well, I don't wear pants.
I've seen your adult show.
And if I do wear pants, my fly is open, and I don't wear underwear. So there's a lot happening.
It's usually something pretty wild.
Yeah,
you do.
You know, and I do that. I do the mohawk, so I got a lot happening.
I like it.
A lot happening.
I don't know what that means, but
I got the mohawk happening south of the belt buckle, pal.
What does that mean? The mohawk? Is that a thing? I don't know what that is. I know the haircut. I don't know. What is that? A thing that you do some with your? Tell me.
It was a pubic hair shaving reference, but leaving some behind.
Oh, I've never heard of the mohawk, so that's why I'm asking.
I think it's more for a woman.
Oh,
remember the landing strip, the mohawk, the triangle, the heart.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Hitler mustache, that whole
Hitler's mustache. Yeah. Do you remember yes. Back in the day? You get the big bush, birds flying out.
Yeah. Oh,
I kind of miss it, to be honest with you. My lady does that Brazilian thing and more. And
what do you mean more?
She goes a little further than the Brazilian.
Oh.
She had a Brazilian, and he left the house when I came home. Thank you very much.
Hey now,
we have a lot to talk about.
Hey,
but
you know, I was looking at our stats, our download stats the other day, and there was an interesting download. We had a download from Rangoon.
Really?
Rangoon. Yes, Rangoon. And I don't know if you remember Rangoon. Why it came in my head when I read that. Well, it was popular. Remember Austin Powers? Those movies, Austin Powers?
I did see those.
Dr. Evil.
His lair was in Rangoon.
Well, he goes to therapy with his kids, Scott, and Carrie Fisher was the therapist. Remember that group therapy?
Yes.
And he talks about it. Scott goes, my father wants to kill me. And then she goes, nobody wants to kill you, Scott. And he goes, no, really, the kid is quite observant. I do want to kill him. But anyway, she says to Dr. Evil, tell us a little about yourself. And that's when he stands up. And he said, though, he goes, my family history was not like any others. Summers in Rangoon, luge lessons. In the spring, we'd make meat helmets. And we had a download yesterday from Rangoon. So I pictured Dr. Evil listening to our pod, which made me very happy.
Helmets.
Meat helmets. My mother was a 15-year-old prostitute with webbed feet named Chloe. My father made outrageous claims like he invented the question mark.
We get one download from Rangoon, and now
I love it.
And now all the Austin Power movies on Netflix,
the whole thing,
their views are going to skyrocket because of this.
And I know nothing about anything in the world, but you read Rangoon and fucking Austin Power lines are in my head. Like it comes out of your brain. Meanwhile, you could ask me real shit. I'd be like, I don't know. What's that? I don't know. How does that work? But fucking Dr. Evil quotes are in there. And we had someone, but how does that even happen? How did somebody in Rangoon find the Talking Dicks comedy podcast and download it? That's amazing to me. I'm amazed anyone fucking listens, let alone Rangoon.
I know. I didn't even know if are they modernized. I think of it as like this Vietnam, Korean division.
Yeah,
and
it's Burma.
Yeah,
Burma. So
right, but I just think of that whole thing about
I don't know.
The fall of Saigon and all these other countries. I just put it in that category of they had problems, civil war, and everybody was was selling them weapons to take over their government, coups and whatnot.
We've had downloads in Vietnam.
Yes, we have.
We have Vietnamese people listening. I don't know if they listen again, but they do download it.
We had 2 downloads from North Korea, and they were executed.
Sorry, not our fault.
Not our fault.
Not our fault.
Mm-hmm.
No. But yeah, Kim Un has banned the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. I read that on an online thing that I made up and wrote. So yeah,
any publicity,
that is true.
Any publicity is good publicity.
Goddamn right, sir. Although is good. And that leads us to a topic. I don't know if all publicity, good publicity. Jon Gruden fired, resigned, whatever you want to call it, for emails 10 years ago. That's publicity. Is that good? You think Jon Gruden wants to be in the news for this? I don't think so.
Big news. Big story.
Scary, man.
Big story.
Scary.
Especially with that new stadium.
Scary.
The $2 billion stadium and the franchise
10-year
moving.
contract.
And here's the thing.
10-year contract.
When that story came out, I went into my email bank and started scrubbing from 2 days ago.
Yeah. It's not going to help you.
I wish I was big enough to be canceled.
Well, or too big, like Chappelle. These idiots who didn't even watch the special are going after him, you're not canceling him. That's not hot. It's not possible. He's too big.
99% of comedians, I'm totally behind, because as comedians ourselves, having that's sacred. That stage, whether we're doing satire, irony, or taking a situation and bringing humor to it to help us get through these tough times. I'm going to use that excuse. I'm going to use it, but we need that. And we do need political comedians as well. I don't dabble.
He's not
in
being political.
No. I'm just
Chappelle
saying, I'm just covering all the bases here. We need political, we need point of view, we need opinion, and we need to laugh. And now I have not seen the special yet, so I'm not going to comment any further.
Oh. Yeah, it's really good. He had an agenda and he fulfilled it. And he came out and said, I'm not going to, basically a lot of his points were, in the sense of you could shoot a black person and there's less outrage and coverage than if you insult a gay person. And that's got to change. And, these LGBTQ and others, kind of not get over it, but let it go. Let just humor be there. You can't go insane with everything. And they're protesting. I think this week they want to protest outside Netflix. It's like the president of Netflix came out today and said, hey, we're not pulling it off, so you can do what you want.
No, the downloads they'll get from the publicity.
Yeah, we get the biggest comedian in the world.
Any publicity is good publicity.
Of course. In that case, yes. But in the Gruden case, no. You don't want to be Jon Gruden today. No. That's a tough.
No, he's got to, live by the sword, die by the sword.
Interesting, though.
It is interesting.
This is all from. It's all from DC, though, from the Washington football team, and those emails, and you wonder if he didn't attack the commissioner of football, would any of these have been released?
Yeah,
because
someone had something.
It didn't matter. But then he said Roger Goodell's a pussy, and then you wonder, does Goodell go fucking release him?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Because just like the Bucs. Political. The Buccaneers, Tampa Bay world champion Buccaneers, they took him out of the Ring of Honor. His name on the Ring of Honor. They took it out because in the email, Bruce Allen, who he's writing with, they mentioned basically saying Brian Glazer, one of the brothers who owns the team, should blow him. Gruden writes, he could blow me. And then Allen writes, I'm sure he'd take you up on that offer. Again, made it personal.
See,
these guys don't give a shit.
I should post the things that
you make it personal.
Hold on a second. We have an announcement in the background.
Oh, we just lost every listener we had.
This is the captain. He's going to do a monologue of. First of all, we're in San Francisco overnight. There's 18 people on board.
Nobody on the ship.
And there's only out of.
17 entertainers.
Everybody
and one
is
old lady
everybody's annoyed. It's like, what? I'm on vacation. This guy with
he doesn't do a joke, does he?
He's from Greece. He's got the thick accent.
My point is, I'll make it quick here. The point, the Buccaneers, they didn't care what he said about Goodell. They didn't care about any of it. He'd be fine. He'd be in the Ring of Honor. But he made it personal by attacking an owner of the team. That's why people are like, he won the Super Bowl for us. You can't remove him. That's bullshit.
First,
you implied the owner was going to blow you.
First of all,
that's coming
these
down.
guys,
it's coming down.
That's locker room talk, because these guys talk like that to one another all the time.
Everyone does. Guys all do.
As Bernadette Pauly, my lovely wife and comedian's sister, Lisa,
I don't know who that is.
Belshner said,
Pauly,
don't ever threaten anyone on paper, and meaning email, text. Call them out. Right. You do it verbally when there's no microphones around, which is hard to do these days. But the thing is, these guys, this is their language that they do all the time.
But it's all guys' language.
It is, and I know that's in these times. And it's 10 years ago.
Back and forth. You want those shown to anybody?
Did Gruden have a chance? He probably didn't change, but did he have a chance to? He was execution in public, and again,
right?
Yeah, you don't use these slurs and whatnot. You can't. But they had this information on him for years, and they were waiting for the opportunity to release it. This is where it becomes evil. Because this guy said, "Don't do it until the team moves over to Vegas."
But you gotta release.
Then we'll release them. So you're using this as a tool.
There's 650,000 emails.
Yeah.
Well, the dice. I mean, things are going to crumble. A lot is going to crumble. But the owner of the team who is involved in these emails, he is. Those won't be seen because Goodell works for the owners. That's the only really commissioner in sports who he works for the owners.
Mm-hmm.
So if the owners say, hey, well, don't release those, he won't, so it's not a fair system anyway. Just for the listener fact, you and I, as a coincidence, we were there the night Jon Gruden was put in the Ring of Honor at Raymond James Stadium.
Yes, we were invited by Dr. Joe up to he had box seats. So we had a private suite with, what was it, like a dozen of us or so?
Maybe a little less, but yeah, we had filmed the Two Dicks. We filmed an episode that day, and then Joe and the boys came down from Port Charlotte. We're hanging at Davidoff pregame, and sent me a text saying, "Hey, if you're in town." So we went to Davidoff just to have a smoke with Joe and the boys, and then Joe said, "Hey, let's go. We got 2 more seats. Let's get it here." So we went. That was a lot of fun, but we got to see Gruden go in the Ring of Honor that now he is no longer part of. So were we even there? Did it even exist? If you look at the timeline, it was never, he's gone, but we were there, but did it happen?
I remember saying to you, I go, this is a big deal. Gruden's being sworn in, the Ring of Honor. This is a big deal because a lot of the guys weren't paying attention in our suite because these little chickies kept coming in with low cut. These 22-year-old girls are coming in with low cut shirts going, "Does anybody want a chicken wing?" And they're all like, yeah, their cholesterol's already through the roof. They're like, "I'll have 5." But you and I were actually taking, I go, this is a big deal. Gruden being sworn in. And then look at this many years later. Look what happened. Here's another thing. I'm a big Patriots fan. I'm a Tom Brady fan. I put on a Buccaneer bucket hat for Dr. Joe because I'm like, hey, I'm in the suite.
Right.
I got to put it on. Not realizing.
Didn't they give us hats?
Not realizing my favorite
NFL
player, the king of NFL, the GOAT, would be the quarterback
in there
for the Buccaneers.
And win a Super Bowl. I mean,
and win a Super Bowl first year. Back-to-back Super Bowls.
And we're recording now. This is Thursday. We're recording. They play tonight, Thursday Night Football. Tampa Bay versus New England. This game's going to be, I think it's 9.5 is the line right now. Tampa Bay. I think they win by 2, but who knows? These games, don't always go that way. But seemingly the Bucs should win.
Are you trying to get a wager going here?
Well, I'm owed a cigar already. I don't know what the status of that cigar is. The Atabey. That's a.
I'll give you a little bit of a clue. 4 cigar shops. Because I didn't want to order it online because I didn't want to get a counterfeit, but I went to 4. I went to 4. I called up a half a dozen.
Oh, really?
Found one, and the guy goes, "I got like 5 left, and I'll put one aside for you." He can't get rid of them because they're so expensive. Yeah. Puts a surcharge on there, so I had to pay a little extra for it. And it was the 5 1/4. It wasn't the 6. What's the 6 one called? I I forget
the
the names of
Corona or the Churchill or the
wasn't those.
which
It was 5 1/4.
What'd you get me?
So it
Would
was-
you
'cause
get
they
me
have
one of
their-
those little baby ones?
No, it's a cigar. It's a cigar, but it's not the one you sent me.
Oh, so you actually got this already? This is
I
what
did
in the
get
mail?
it. It's in
Whoa, I
priority
was
mail.
kidding. I
This thing cost me
What?
$48.63
What?
to purchase, and because I priority mailed it.
I can't believe you did this. I'm touched. Literally, my hand is down my pants. I don't know why.
Now
I should take it out there.
Bernadette has a receipt because I actually made her mail it from the post
The
office.
whole family's involved.
Yeah,
Love it.
so it's like a 2 or 3 day business day. It should be there when you arrive.
Well, you know what? And this, I got because my apartment complex I live in, they have a Amazon lockers, thing where if you get a delivery, you get a code, you put it in, and then a locker opens up if it's too big for a mailbox. I got a thing this morning saying a package just arrived at the hub, and I had no idea what it was because I didn't order anything. So I'm thinking an Ada Bay could be in my Amazon locker as we speak. Holy God.
Now it's in a Cohiba metal tube.
Oh, geez.
Because
I'm getting home
the
Sunday
guy
night.
didn't have any. Yeah, there you go.
I'm getting picked up at the airport.
$50. That cost me.
Friend,
that wager was $50.
Wow. I'm excited, man. Thank you. I had no idea. I was kidding you. I figured you were like, no, you didn't buy it. You didn't do anything yet.
If you were
leaving
to
and
order one of those online, where would you order from?
Corona, Davidoff's main source, Corona. Those are the best.
They wanted shipping, and I'm like, one cigar. They want you to buy a minimum,
sure,
5 cigars or something. And I'm like, oh.
Wow, I can't believe it. I'm excited. I'm going home. There'll be an Ada Bay waiting for me. Holy God, that's
now
exciting.
I'm going to be getting together with BB, which is code for
Who's BB?
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr,
comedian
Bill Burr. He's going to be in Tampa in May.
I'm
Just
not
let him know.
I'm not opening for him, and I'm a little upset about it.
That sucks.
Because we could have shot.
And also,
well, I don't know. I'm going to ask him about it because I want to shoot an ep. If you're
also
scheduled.
tell him that amphitheater he's playing is fucking awful in May. I mean, I don't know. He probably doesn't know it. Obviously, he was booked by a promoter, but he's playing an amphitheater in Tampa in May. It's gross. It could be about 100 degrees. It's raining. They don't allow umbrellas. There's no covering for the audience. It can be a nightmare, that place. So I don't know what he should be in an arena or
he's doing
else.
a mix of arenas and theaters, and
wow,
it's
not a good place.
He sells out many a show, and because of the pandemic, I mean, he's booked all the way through the end of the year.
Right. No, he could do Amalie Arena. Rogan was just there, and he put some tarp over some of the top seats, but that amphitheater is not the way to go, especially for comedy. That could be a disgusting evening with the humidity and rain.
I think with 30, 40 dates already for 2022, I don't think he's concerned about that. I think he just wants.
But I saw the date and thought, I wonder
$100,000.
if Al's opening. Holy shit, that would be great.
He's going to kill it already.
Oh, I know. I'm not talking about money. I'm saying
I know.
at this point, he doesn't need the money. I'm saying about the show itself, him and the audience. It can turn into a brutal night.
Well,
with rain.
So you're saying humidity. I shouldn't request to open up for him that night?
No, you should. Yeah, definitely.
You want me to burn in hell?
Well, I don't care about your show.
It's a nightmare. He better rethink of booking that.
We'd film the dicks.
I could really turn out horrible. So I shouldn't request opening up for him? No, you should.
You should, because we could film the dicks. That's all. Be any excuse to film. But I'm saying show-wise, it's not a good performance venue, especially for standing up comedy. I don't, doesn't work.
Well, you're the expert of Tampa.
Well, I saw Steely Dan there, and it was around that same time, between drizzle and humidity. As an audience member, it wasn't great. So there's other venues, but whatever. I'm sure he'll kill, and it'll be fine, and it won't rain.
Peg will come back to you. Peg will come back to you.
Yeah. Do you have any topics there, Alfred? I've covered Gruden, Rangoon, and cancel culture.
Yes.
Brian Laundrie still not found. I don't know if we have a bet on that or not. Still not found.
No, we skipped the bet because I don't want to bet on him being dead or alive.
I think he's inside an alligator. I think he was in that preserve. He was hiding and got eaten by a gator. We may never, ever find him. That's my thinking.
I hope they find his torso and they say it was a slow death where the gators ripped the flesh off of his legs and his entrails as he was trying to pull his body through the swamp. And
that would be a great ending.
It was like a 1 hour agony.
I'm all for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not for these guys now just making up theories. John Walsh, dog. And it's all bullshit. They don't know anything.
They need ratings.
Could be inside a gator, and they're like, well, he's in Mexico right now. Shut up. You don't know that. You don't know anything.
Well, they're going by
no one does.
They're going by 9 out of 10 times. This is what happens. If you don't get eaten by an alligator, you go through the panhandle of Florida, neighboring states, Texas, Mexico. There we have it.
I got off the ship yesterday in Cozumel.
You just asked me a question. Do you have any topics? I was about to go in them.
I didn't know you had any. Please hit me.
Preparation H, pal. I'm prepared. Well, first of all, I went down one of those rabbit holes of watching the videos on Facebook, and then it leads to TikTok, and then it takes you to YouTube, whatever it is. So one comes up about some guy, some dude. He's filling up his car, and to save 23 cents a gallon, he goes to the hood. So he's a white dude in the hood, and he goes there because he's a cheap brick. And all of a sudden you hear, and he's ducking. But he's still trying to fill up his tank and cap it off. He won't end. He won't like put the thing back and drive away. He's like trying to get that last 2 gallons.
Is this real or is this made
real?
up?
This is real. So then it goes into security cameras in various gas stations and the issues and people wigging out and knocking shit over. Blah, blah, blah. And it goes from Karens to poor neighborhoods. It covers it all, so it's all balanced. But one of them was some guys. It's like 2 a.m, and he's filling up his Lexus, and all of a sudden, this white van pulls up, cuts him off, so it blocks him. He's pumping gas in his car, but it blocks him, and 5 guys jump out, all wearing hoodies. So he sees them coming, and he pulls the hose out of his car and goes. And he starts spraying them, and they open the door of the van, and they're running away because it's gasoline, and they know.
Right.
And he starts spraying inside the van, all over the van, inside it. It was like beautiful. I'm like, wow. Yeah. I hope I can be that alert if that ever happened to me. I've
thought of that, like at night sometimes.
Yeah.
You getting gas coming home from a gig or something. And I'm thinking, if anyone pulls in right now, it was like a threat. I take this gas. You got the gas full of hose. Soak them. Get them down.
I think you should practice with the garden hose.
I don't have a garden.
Oh.
I don't have a hose.
I don't
have a garden or a hose.
I have an orange tree, a lemon tree, but I think maybe
you have a garden.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Well, I mean,
do you garden?
I have. No.
Do you wear your apron? Do you wear your apron when you garden?
I have a basil plant in my window.
Oh my God! Really?
I like fresh basil.
That's nice. Oh. Parsley, sage.
No, just the basil,
rosemary,
because I like the mozzarella,
thyme.
Basil, and tomato, salt and pepper, maybe some vinegar, little balsamic.
One of my very first jokes I did ever on stage. I said, "What was the name of that song? I can't think of it now. What's the name of that Simon and Garfunkel song where he says rosemary and thyme?"
Bridge over trouble.
No.
Hey,
No.
Mrs. Robinson.
No. Are you going to Scarborough Fair?
Are you
Parsley,
going to Scarborough Fair?
Then what's the answer? What does he say?
Yeah, you know the answer.
No, I'm saying this is my joke. So
say your joke.
Well, basically, it's not I mean, it sucks. It's from 25 years ago, but it was basically, people say Paul Simon's a genius, but I listened to that song. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means, but he's a genius. I'd be like saying, "Hey, Paul, you want to go to the mall? Tree, book, shoe, and cow."
Genius.
Okay, buddy, you're a genius. I'll meet you there.
Well, he was dropping acid back then, so .
Yeah, that was my closer, man. That was my closer.
He was like
for 6
Timothy
months.
Leary with music.
What do you think of that? Check this out. You know what this is? I don't know if you can see it 'cause it's broken up.
John's, Ohana's, is it tea?
It's peanut butter tequila. Look at that.
Are you getting a colonoscopy tomorrow? What do you have to finish that? Why would you buy that?
Yes.
That is something I would do, and you would shit on
And
me.
this is in Cozumel. How much would you think this goes for? We're in Cozumel, Mexico. What do you think? What do you think for this?
U.S. or pesos?
Cozumel. In U.S.
Let me see, $5.99. Yeah. Did you pay more than that?
I paid more than $5.99.
All right, $9.99.
I paid more than $9.99.
$19.99.
And if you're not on the Patreon, folks, you really should jump on. You want to see this is like a bottle of. It just looks like a
bottle of ass.
Bottle
juice.
of shit. Yeah, just ass juice.
Peanut butter tequila. Why would you buy that? What are you a prop act?
More than $9.99. More than $19.99.
You paid $24 for that.
More than $24.
$30. You paid $30.
More than $30. More than $30.
Gee, no, that's pesos, dude. You got screwed.
No, U.S. money.
Oh, you bought it for your lady friend. You bought it for your lady friend. She said that they had peanut butter tequila. I'd like it, please.
$40 for a bottle of ass
You do
juice.
know that you're in Mexico, right?
That's what I said to the guy. I can go buy a diamond ring.
Here's
for
your mistake,
$40.
dude. You march over to the local grocery store that sells.
They don't
everything.
have it. This is only made at Rostas in Cozumel, which is also like a $40 cab ride. It's on the other side of the island, way off away from wherever we've been. So he makes it there, this guy, and charges $40.
So your new lady friend told you, I had this bottle of peanut butter tequila and I really would love to have some. And you're like, I will find out where it is.
No, she knew where it was. She said,
"Oh, she knew. I know. I put on my detective skills."
I've been there. And she goes, if you could go there and blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, I'll go.
So
get
wait
it.
a minute. You paid more for this peanut butter tequila on the other side of the island than I did for that Atabey cigar?
Yes.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Wow. And it's not a big deal. I've just never paid $40 for anything in Mexico. Anything. I can get a bag of cigars.
A hooker is $20.
$20, and you get tequila if you want. That's a little extra 45. You want to beat the shit out of her and kill her. Like, yeah.
Tequila.
I always hear that wrong. I've heard that wrong. It's a hooker and tequila for 25. I always think they say a hooker and you want to kill her, and I go, for 12.
Right.
Murder her for $25. But yeah. So look. $40. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything in Mexico. And the guy, so I thought he was pesos. I go, because I got 2 bottles originally. And the guy and I only had $40 cash on me. And the guy goes, $80. I go, 80. I go, no, US. He goes, 80. And then he shows me a sign next to the register on like a wood board. And it says $40 US peanut butter tequila. And I guess he sells them enough that he doesn't, he's not, there was no bargaining. I go, I'll give you 25 for 2 or something. He was like, no, 40 US. He goes, I'm not bargaining. I'm going to use one of your favorite words that you send to me all the time in a text. Just sometimes it's just one word. Ready? Shit. Lame. Wow, you are smitten, pal. No. Yeah, well, what the hell? And we got some peanut butter tequila. It'd be fun. You would Sunday never, night. Ever get that. You would make fun of me for months on end if I ever bought peanut butter tequila. I can't argue that. We're doing a cleanse. Oh, what do? We drink this peanut butter tequila. And it's unbelievable. It really is the shit. Are you guys gonna be on land for Halloween this year? And do you participate normally for Halloween? We will be on. I'll be on land. We'll be on land, and I normally do not participate in any Halloween type of activities. But who knows? I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. All right. You? Will you be on land?
I will be on land, and I'm going to go as Roy Kent. Do you know who Roy Kent is?
Roy Kent, of course. Who doesn't know Roy Kent? No, I don't know who Roy Kent is.
Roy Kent is a character on Ted Lasso, which is on Netflix, which is
I don't watch it.
I'm sorry, Apple Plus.
I don't watch it. Too much publicity. 2 seasons, great show. A British comedian got a writing job on there. His name is Brett Goldstein. Gets the writing job. The character starts to develop, and then he says, hey, I got a handle on this character. So he filmed himself and handed it in. He says, this is my audition. If it's shit, just tell me. If not, if I'm way off, I apologize. And he said, I knew I could jeopardize my job too. Right. So he just said, he sent it in. They loved it. He booked character, just won an Emmy. Oh. Just won an Emmy. Well, it's a hell of a story. So you're going as that guy?
I'm going as Roy Kent, the character that he portrays.
Where are you going? Is this
I'm going to answer my door. I'm going to have I'm going to have like a 2-week beard.
That's creepy.
And I'm going to have.
You're not going to a party. You're just
dressed in black,
dress
kind of like this, and I'll be answering my door as Roy Kent and going, "What the fuck do you want here? Get out of here! What is it? What is this Halloween bullshit? I don't fucking like it."
You think anyone's going to know who it is?
Oh, I don't like it at all. Why don't you piss off, you little ants? Get out.
Is anyone going to know, though? Seriously, do you think anyone's going to know, though?
You don't know because you don't watch the show, but those people out there that watch Ted Lasso are going to know.
Yeah, but aren't kids coming to your house for Halloween? They're not.
I'm not going to wear pants. I'm going to wear boxer shorts and a black leather jacket with 2 weeks.
So normal attire.
Normal attire, and I'm just going to insult.
I'm just saying.
Come to the door.
Do you think these kids will know who this character you're dressed as is?
For fuck's sake, what are you here for? Get candy at the store on this road. Get out.
Wow. All right.
Why don't you just suck on your mama's tit? Get out.
Wow. Ouch. No, I don't know the show. Too much buildup. It's like that Squid Game. I'm not watching that either.
Here's the thing.
Too much.
Here's the thing, pal. We were watching it prior to everything, and I was like, wow, this show is amazing. Really good. Yeah. The writing is phenomenal. The acting, storylines, fantastic. And then sure enough, 10 months later, boom, boom, boom. It's huge. Wow. Hey, we got to wrap it up. Anything you want to tell the folks before we leave?
No, I think we hit everything. And there was something. What's coming up? Monday, Sunday, I go home. Monday, I don't know. I'll have to save it for the next pod. Good luck out there, Alfred. I wish you could get off the ship. You're in some great ports. I'll be in San Francisco in January. Off the ship. If you're back, maybe you can hook up and we could have a cocktail. We could have some peanut butter tequila.
Woohoo! And go Red Sox. They beat the Rays.
That was unbelievable. I did not see that coming.
You thought the Rays? It was a horrible
yourself a $50 Atabay.
You wanted the bet after they won a game. It wasn't fair. We had made the bet prior to the first game because they blanked them 5-0. The Rays blanked the Red Sox 5-0, and I'm like, I'm not taking that bet.
But a real fan would have taken the bet.
And then the Red Sox came back the next 3.
They did.
And I'll tell you what.
But I thank you.
Rays were
the
better team, but not during that series. Adios.
That's what happens in the playoffs. You got. Oh, okay. Are we out?
We're out.
You son of a bitch.
Don't forget to review us and rate us. It really helps.
The Talking Dicks became friends at a very young age, and the rest is history.
I'm losing my mind.
Patreon.com/The2Dicks, which is named after our web series. This is the Talking Dicks Comedy Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
What?
Done.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
We'll fix it in post, you son of a bitch.
Okay, sure.
All right. Subscribe. Mary.
Go to patreon.com/forwardthe2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?
I think it ends on that. That's beautiful.